You know what's crazy? I never felt like obviously there's been times I meet a girl and she got a fine ass friend, but I don't think too much into that. It just be like, all right, whatever, it's
Right.
over
Like
with.
once I'm fucking with somebody, it's just like, well,
Nah,
what can you do?
it's been some times where like I would meet a girl and be fucking with her, whatever, and I meet her friend and her friend hella cool.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, I'm just starting to notice more over time, like, damn,
I should've-
personality as a person, I should be with this bitch. like why am I like why did I meet you first? Like it don't even be about the looks. It'd be like
Yeah.
the deeper shit, the shit that matter. It'd be like, damn, like I feel like a perfect fit for your friend. I damn near want to let you know that.
Damn. I would be so hurt. Like, what?
Like,
You
yeah.
want to fuck my friend? Not my friend.
Like, nah, I want to love her.
Oh my god.
Like I might low key love her. Like already. Type shit.
Damn, that's tough.
Just different.
Welcome back to Terry Rosen Podcast for another episode of 21 Questions. I got a beautiful guest here with me. But before I get to her, we got to do some ads, all right? The first ad of the day, we're going to talk about the pod class, man. The Terry Rosen pod class is on terryrosen.com. You can go to terryrosen.com and take the pod class. It's 5 hours of content, and it breaks down 7 different aspects of podcasting, from marketing to the equipment you need to, you know, everything you need to start a podcast, everything that I had to learn the hard way. You can learn for $20. So check out the Terry Rosen pod class. All right, man. We ready? You want to introduce yourself? Let the people know who you are, why you here, what you do.
I'm KD.
Okay.
I'm just a regular old gal, you know. I do
Okay.
makeup, lashes. My day job, I'm a personal assistant at the bank. I'm a mom. Yeah.
What bank? Niggas might need to open some accounts where you at.
Don't worry about all of that. I don't give out that information.
So you don't want no more clients, is what you're saying?
Not at the bank.
I hate when people like be acting so humble, and I be like, I'll introduce yourself, let them know who you is. Like before the camera came on, she was like, I'm the baddest bitch that ever sat in this chair.
I did not say that.
Like, this chair can't fuck with me. I don't know why I'm here. Then the camera come on. It's like, I'm KD.
I am. I'm KD.
Personal
My
assistant.
Instagram is it's me KD.
KD. You want to spell it out for him?
Yeah, KAYYYDEE.
Okay.
Yeah, I do makeup and lashes, future esthetician, all of that good stuff. But during the daytime, I work at the bank.
For sure. And you're going to ask the first question today. We're going to switch it up a little bit.
Why?
Ladies first.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. What do I have here? Have you ever felt intimidated by a woman, and how did you handle that feeling?
Intimidated by a woman I want to date, or just a woman in general?
A woman you wanted to date.
The woman I want to date. Yeah, it was one girl I felt intimidated by. Somebody had asked me, have I ever not been able to get it up? And that's kind of what happened. And I was intimidated by her because I get intimidated. I don't define intimidated before I say some shit that I don't need to say.
Like, I don't know. Let's look up the Google definition since we go in there.
You don't be talking to Siri, you be typing shit in.
I don't have Siri on my phone.
Damn.
Intimidated. Hold on, my Wi-Fi not working. Your Wi-Fi suck in here?
No, I got good Wi-Fi.
Frightened or overraw someone? What?
Overall?
Yeah, I don't know
Definitely
what they're trying to say
did
about that. Yeah. I
So
don't know.
frightened. So yeah, it was a shit, and like I get like that when I like really like somebody. That's the only time. So I could be dating somebody and like it'd be cool, and then like when I really like them, I instantly just get like nervous. Like it fucked me up a little bit.
So how do you handle that?
It depends. Sometimes they can't even tell. Like they be thinking I'm lying because like it don't show. But I don't be knowing how it's not showing. It's like I feel like it's
You shaking in your
obvious.
boots?
A little bit, yeah. I be getting butterflies and shit. It be dope though.
Oh,
I be getting
that's
like
kinda cute,
super,
though.
like yeah, it'd be cool. But with this one chick, this the only time I've experienced it. I just liked her a lot. She was hilarious. She was pretty. We worked together. It was my first job out of high school. I was teaching and shit. I talked about it on here before. She always come up when anything around me being intimidated about women and my dick not getting hard. Any of that, she always come up. Same story.
No, she
But
be watching this shit like this nigga.
yeah. Cool people though. She's still cool. But yeah, that's how I went though. I was like in love. Like
Damn.
just I think we talked for about like a month. And then
what happened? Like,
we was finally finna fuck, and I couldn't get my dick hard.
oh, and she said that was it.
I think I eventually got it hard, but it took a while, and then I probably gave her like the weakest dick ever, like, and it was a wrap. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really come back from that.
Yeah, I was OD nervous. It was over with.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, never happened before, never happened since. So.
Well, it's a time for everything.
For sure. You make a lot of niggas nervous?
You would have to ask them, but I feel like I do, maybe.
Have you ever been nervous?
Around
like,
a man?
Fuck with a guy before,
fuck with a guy? Yeah, somewhat. Not nervous, but like just wanting to like give my best me.
Yeah. I can see that. All right. So you've been accused of having resting bitch face before. It's not showing you on camera. This is probably the happiest I've ever seen you look when you're not interacting. Well, I guess you are interacting.
Crazy.
But you've been accused of that. What keeps you smiling?
What keeps me smiling?
Like,
I
what's one thing that
laugh
keep you smiling?
at everything. Like any little thing could make me laugh. So
yeah.
I just like being around funny people. Like a lot of my friends are really funny. Like I just love.
Like who?
Like my best friend.
Nah, she ain't that funny.
A comedian to me.
Yeah.
Cracks me up on the
So she
daily.
a joke?
I wouldn't call her that at all, actually. I said she's funny.
For sure. Shout out to Remy the writer. I love her.
Exactly. Remy the writer. You wouldn't know her if it wasn't for me. Let's just throw that out there.
You know, stars align.
Yeah.
We would have been fine without you.
I don't know about that.
It might have worked out a little better without you, actually.
I feel like you guys really progressed once she joined the team, but that's just
Absolutely.
my personal experience.
I feel like we would have met her, Remy regardless.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But
go ahead.
Anyways, yeah, I love funny people. I think that's what really keeps me smiling because life be a lot sometimes.
For sure. Your turn.
How would you go about being a woman's piece?
I didn't know it was my job. I thought it was my job.
No, you know how like men are always like, I need a girl to be my piece.
Yeah.
How would you go about being a woman's piece?
I think women need like emotional security and physical security, like above all things, to just kind of be like feel at peace. I think women just need to be confident that a nigga not doing some shit they not supposed to be doing. So whether that's like coming home at night, whether that's checking in, some women need a lot more reinsurance than others. So it's kind of like knowing your personnel. Like you might not be used to the amount of reinsurance that your girl need, and if you can't get with it, I think you just shouldn't date that person. That's what I had to learn the hard way. Instead of like complaining like, damn, she just be, it's like, that might not be the person for you if you're not willing to reassure her the way she needs to be reassured. Right. And then it's a hard balance because some of that might be feeding into deficiency that she need to fix. Cause it's like some women need too much reassurance. Like, you need to go, figure out who fucked you up type shit. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, giving her reassurance, emotional security, I feel like women kind of let you roam freely when they feel confident that you ain't got shit going on. Right, but you can't let a bitch get too comfortable either, though. Because at the end of the day, like a bitch got to know that you could do you if you wanted to. Because I feel like when girls get too comfortable, women love niggas that got options.
No, for real.
Like
if you don't get no bitches, like.
So yeah, if your girl just get the feeling like you just fucking Ned Flanders. Cause it don't matter how she met you. If she get to thinking you Ned Flanders around this bitch, then you over with.
Yeah,
she gonna get to acting crazy.
Corny.
For sure. So listen, you wake up one day and you on a new planet, and you like the leader of the whole planet. You like the queen of the planet. Okay. What rules would you put in place for starting like a new world of your own?
What
for rules? Society?
Like laws?
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know about laws. I hate the fact that homeless people exist. Like, I feel like
you gonna kill all the homeless people.
No, I'm saying like there should be a way to have everybody should have a place to lay their head. Like,
okay, they do though.
No,
it's not
a place, an establishment of a roof over their head.
Vidoc.
No, not okay. A viaduct.
I'm just joking.
But other than that,
shout out to the homeless people.
Yeah, shout out to the homeless people. Like, I hope they're doing well.
For sure.
Have you ever seen the movie Divergent?
I believe I have.
It's like they had like factions, and it was like
like I don't remember it too well.
I would love to see that like play out in real life. Like it's like they had the people that like grow the crops, and like everybody was like their own community, and then they had like the Divergent community that was like basically like took this test and it kind of told you what place you held in society.
Yeah.
And then you had like a naming day basically, and you either stay with the society that you grew up in as a family, or you chose the group that you tested into basically, or you could choose whatever group you want to for real. But there were certain people that tested into more than one group, and they was like killing them off because they like, nah, you too advanced for us basically. And people was like trying to hide the fact that they was testing. It was really rough. I like that. So I would do something like that with my world, like have factions.
And then kill people who test out?
No, I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, like, that idea was always, I would love to see that play out in real life.
Okay. It just seemed like there's going to be a lot of murder on your planet.
I did not say any of that. You're
genocide.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Your turn.
When is the last time you cried and why?
That's a fucked up question to ask somebody. Let's see.
No, it's not, because men are not emotionally.
Nah, I am though. Like since I had a son, my son 8. I got 2 sons, but since I had my first son, I cry a lot more. Like
That's good.
I didn't cry for years since I had my first son. Like I cried. I had a homie who died in high school, like my senior year, and I remember crying after that. And then I remember even when my grandma didn't raise me, I didn't cry. I didn't cry about my grandma dying until my son was born. That shit was like 4 years later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when the last time I cried? I don't know, but it ain't. I mean, it probably wasn't that long ago. And what did I cry about? What's the last thing I remember crying about? I want to answer this. Let me see. What's the last thing I remember crying about? I don't know. I'm gonna come back to that.
I cry like 5 times out of the week.
For real?
Yes.
Yeah, ill pussy. What you be crying about?
Everything. Life gets hard. Like anything could bring me to tears.
I can tell you the last movie I cried about.
Yeah, movies, traffic,
Traffic.
anything.
Traffic is crazy. Crying over traffic is crazy.
Like I just get overwhelmed very easily, and it'll bring me to tears.
I cried watching When They See Us.
When They See Us, that was about the 5 boys.
Yeah,
that was really sad.
like
I definitely cried multiple times.
My little brother was got locked up for murder like right around before they came out. And then like he was facing like 30 years and shit, and seeing that shit and all the shit that was going on, I was like, damn, he was young as hell. He's like 19. So I was like he on a murder vision and all that.
Right.
I called that nigga. I'm like, damn, it's crazy. You like, you know, you young as hell to be in that bitch. Like it's hella grown. He like, bro, most of these niggas in him my age. I was like, bro, that's fucked up.
Crazy.
I'm like, bro, that's fucked
youth,
up.
Man, I tell you.
Yeah, but that's the last thing I could. I'm gonna come back to that one. Okay. If you forgive one person for whatever you want to forgive them for, and the details are optional. I mean, you give us a little bit of like what they did, but you don't gotta go too into detail. I don't want you to look into your cameras right there.
I'm not a very forgiving person. I'll start there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like once you cross me, you lost me. So it is what it is. But I don't know. I would probably forgive my dad because there's a lot of things I hold against him that I don't really speak on.
Yeah. Look at the camera. Look at that.
Yeah, I would forgive my dad for just some of the things we've been through, raising me, and as I became a woman, that, you know, he is who he is at the end of the day.
I don't know how that didn't sound like a very forgiving, but
I told
get
you
you.
that's
But he
that's
is
as
who
good
he
as
is.
it's gonna get from me.
Shout out to Dad, man. Shout out to Pops, Mr. Willis.
Yeah,
You gonna start crying right now?
Maybe.
You'll be the first crier on this motherfucker. I don't know if that'd be such a bad thing.
No, I wouldn't cry.
Okay.
But yeah, I would
We can cry
forgive
together.
him for.
I cry with
Oh. Yeah, I would just forgive him for a lot of things like I don't really speak on. I just feel like he should know, but you can't really just hold things against people if you don't have that conversation. Yeah. So yeah.
For sure. Your turn.
If you knew you would meet the love of your life by the end of the year, what are some things you would do to prepare for that moment?
I kind of feel like, so listen, Raimi told me this, right? Shout out to Raimi.
Shout out to Raimi again.
I be repeating this shit to people a lot. This is some of the best advice I ever got. She told me that you have to make space for things you want in your life. And like, no, she was talking about a girl, actually. I was dating a girl and I would like wanted a real relationship, but not with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, I knew I couldn't have it with her. I liked her a lot, but it's like, this shit's never gonna work. And she's like, if you're gonna find your person, you have to like make space for that. So you basically need to cut this bitch off. And like, but it made me think about that just in a whole life like thing. Like if I want to make space for like the success I want, whatever, like I have to like, you know, like build the foundation for that. Like it's
Right.
a safe, like
So
even
what
just a
what-
landing
What
place
does
for
that mean? What do you do? Like actively.
For the, so I feel like not spending time with people who I know I would never take serious. So like if we gonna kick it, cool here and there, that's cool. But like not letting this become a situationship or like any type of attachment, any type of consistency. If I know that like you're not a person I would deal with, because you could look up and it's like this is a thing and it should have never been that. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like when I do come across that person, it's just too much going on or whatever the case may be. So it's that. But then also like I think just me maturing, me working on myself more. Like I was just telling this girl that I was talking to, I was like, I don't want to date. I was basically saying like, not that I don't want to date you, but it's no reason for me to date you because I don't have anything to offer you as far as dating right now. Like I don't have time for one. Like I do a lot of shit. And then like I'm trying to like renovate this building and sell it. So it's like I'm doing that shit out of pocket. So I don't really have money to just be like taking you places and shit right now. So it's like I don't really have shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really got shit for you right now. You know what I'm saying? So but it's like getting that shit together is also creating like a safe space. But even with this podcast, like making it more responsible. I used to do a lot of irresponsible shit on this podcast. I used to like some of the shit we used to talk about. I feel like that's just who I was at the time. And I think, you know, if I'm gonna take somebody serious or like marry somebody or anything like that, who would want to deal with that? Like if I'm just on here just like wilding and shit. Like I still ask people wild ass questions, but the shit used to be really wild.
Yeah,
Like
you got
a
a
while,
lot of
like a
hands
few years ago.
sometimes.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? And then like also I used to like fuck probably like 90% of the girls who came on the show. So like
Oh my God, 90%.
yeah,
That's
probably.
a lot.
I don't know. It wasn't like a lot of girls who came on the show though. Maybe it was. I don't know.
It was like weekly, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh.
But it used to be that though. Like it used to be that, and then it's like ain't no secrets in Chicago. Everything get out in Chicago.
That's
like so, it's like you know a lot of that shit. Like you don't want to have that reputation. You meet the girl you want to be with, and she like, damn, I heard you really be
Damn,
like,
you a thought.
like yeah, like you know, and it's not like you're not gonna get this podcast shit up, so you finna like
you
no
just
girl will feel comfortable with that. So I
Gonna
think
be thotty for life.
stopping a lot of those bad habits is like making space for the person that I will meet and want to be with. So I think that's the path I'm on right now for sure.
You think if you started doing those things without the fact of like you knowing you would meet the person?
Yeah, I'm already doing those things,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know
What's
if I'm gonna
something
be
you're
there. or
not
not.
doing then? I want to know something new
That I need to start
that you
doing.
need to start doing.
I mean, I think all of those things I would say is shit that I kind of just started doing because I just kind of like started to realize like just kind of want to better myself and be
good. How
more
old are you?
spend more time with myself. I'm 32.
Oh yeah, it's about time.
I got hella time though. I could be 50.
You got hella time to better yourself.
Not that too though. That too.
I think you should start now.
I don't think I'm doing bad around this motherfucker. I'm
you should
doing
get
pretty
started.
good.
I think you should get started though.
Okay. I hear you.
I think 32 is well into the ways of we should be bettering ourselves.
I mean, I think niggas got time though.
Why?
Like our clock is like kind of deep though.
Why do you feel that way?
Cause
Black man?
niggas prime
Word.
is like niggas just got a long prime.
Black men dying every day. You ain't got time for that.
I mean, that shit death is like that ain't even part of the equation for real.
It is.
It ain't though. You can't
What's
really
the
count it
legacy you gonna
because
leave if you haven't been bettering yourself and you just drop dead tomorrow?
I'm saying, but you're not
So let's
talking to a
start
nigga
today.
who like not on shit at all. So
I'm just saying
I'm
this
cool.
is for the
Like,
masses.
if I died today, I'm successful.
If we speaking for black men in general, like let's start today.
I hear you, but I'm saying if I died today, I'm successful. I
Yeah.
have time to like.
You have time
To
for
better
growth, of
myself,
course,
yeah.
but I'm just saying
I
like
could be 45 in a little slingshot on fucking downtown with the old niggas
okay.
trying to holler at 24-year-olds.
Man, I was just
I
telling
could live that
Rainy,
life.
Why do they be on that? Like
I don't
I know
know.
I'm not that young, but like the old niggas be doing a lot.
Yeah, I don't want to be that nigga though.
Yeah,
I got a homie who part of that crew, and he always be like, "Nigga, don't miss your last dance." Like,
for real.
yeah, he always telling me like,
You look up and
because he feel like he
Youth
never gonna
has
get married,
passed you.
never gonna have kids,
Right, exactly.
none of that. So yeah,
and
for
that
sure.
don't mean nothing in the scheme of things with everybody life moving so fast. But like when you look back on it,
For sure. I just had a real conversation like that with my homie. We ain't gonna get into that though.
okay.
One thing that a nigga could do to make you wet on the first date.
Ooh. I'm not like an overly sexual person like that to where I just feel like I need to be wet on the first date. Like we could probably go without that. But if I think it's the unspoken like chemistry, like the tension, like it just gotta be like we just look at each other and know like, yeah, we want the exact same thing.
I was mostly looking for you to give niggas a tip that they can use.
No, I don't give niggas tips for nothing. You gotta come how you gonna come, and it's either gonna be right or wrong.
Oh my God. Can you help these niggas out? Can you give them one thing that they could do to get a bitch wet on the first date, please? Like just one thing. Can you just give us flowers on the seat? Can you give us something? Like, cause just chemistry, that's not good. Niggas watching this like, what the fuck am I supposed to do, nigga? What do I do? Like, what the fuck? Do I break out the elemental chart on a bitch? Like, what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Like, it has to be a really good first date for one. Like, you have to set the tone, like, from the second, like, even before the date even started. Like, you got to get her prepared for the date, like, feeling good, flowers. Like, you got to come hard. Like, bitch is not really impressed.
So, what did you do before the date? Like, text her?
Yeah, like, checking in, like, I can't wait to see you type shit. And like it has to be a whole experience. Like the day just has to be like, damn, he really just did that. Like,
let me ask you this. This is like off script a little bit. Do you feel like dating and the shit that we see on the internet makes it harder to impress women?
Yes, for sure.
That's fucked up.
I do. I mean, but it's harder for women to keep a man, or not keep a man, but like get a real lasting like relationship, like just because it's so many options out here, so many things men are seeing, so many things women are seeing. I feel like it goes both ways. Like it's not just for men. I think it's harder for women too, for sure, because your nigga could be yours today and then he see a bitch on Instagram tomorrow and he's not your nigga no more. Like it could be that easy. Yeah, but who want to keep going through that?
Nobody, but you still dodge the bullet if a nigga like that. You ain't want that nigga.
But I'm just saying, like, with the days of social media and all of the stuff being broadcasted the way it is, like, the expectations on both ends are definitely higher.
I feel like it could be good and bad, though, because I feel like it's some girls who probably should have had higher standards.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, I feel like girls just want you to put out the bells and whistles too early. That's what I think. I think all the shit on the internet is cool, because some of the shit just like not realistic. You know, you fucking with me, bitch, you not getting no bag or no shit. Like any bitch, if you didn't know, I'm letting you know right now. If you fucking with me, it's not gonna happen, baby. I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
But I mean, I'm not talking about
but
like.
I'm not, I know you ain't going there, but I'm just saying that like, but a lot of the shit we see on the internet, outside of the bags and the crazy shit, a lot of it is good shit though. It's decent. It's doable. A lot of the shit not too crazy. I just feel like women want it immediately, and that's what make it crazy. A lot of girls wanted like first date something crazy, and it's just like, I don't even know if you like me yet. Let's establish that first. Let's establish if we like each other before I do this extra shit.
I feel like we don't have to go on a date until we know that we like each other.
And that's dope, because I done met some girls that be like, I ain't even finna, what we talking on the phone for? Like, let's go on a date. You want to talk? Date.
No,
like,
I don't
a lot of
necessarily
chicks
feel
like
that way. I'm not trying to text the text man all day, but like, at the same time, like if we not really feeling each other too much, like we ain't gotta link up that quickly. Like, yeah. But if I'm feeling you, you feeling me, I'm gonna come hard like with my shit. So I expect my nigga to do the same thing.
For sure. I fuck with that. Is it, whose turn is it?
I don't know.
It's my turn. It's your turn.
Let me see. What's more important in a relationship? Transparency or empathy?
Damn. More important. And I don't want to say equally either, because I don't even like doing shit like that. I want to pick one for real. So transparency is super important, right? I'm going to say empathy is more important. Empathy is more important, because understanding is like the most important thing. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So empathy got to be more important. But transparency is like a 1A, 1B shit. It ain't too far behind.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like a lot of men be like on the transparent role, and then they be like, but you don't care shit about this girl's feelings, or like you're not taking into account, like you're not empathetic at all. And a lot of men would be like, well, I told you the truth, or I said this, and it just be like, it got to come with a side of empathy for women, I think. Yeah,
I think that's a lot. I think it's a tall order to ask of a man to be empathetic. I don't think that's like a.
Why do you feel that way?
Because men just aren't built like that. So it's like you asking the nigga to be outside of his nature. It's like me asking you to be logical. It's like it's not fair.
No, it's not. But okay.
It's literally like like men are
like
more
I'm very
logical, women are more. Okay, that might be you, but it's you feel like you're logical. I don't know how logical you actually are, but I'm just saying like to ask the average woman to be logical is not fair because that's just it could be outside of their nature. So it's like, you know, because a lot of times we want people to be who we are, but it's like our differences are there to complement each other, but we kind of let them divide us.
Okay.
And we kind
I
of
agree
like
with that.
niggas expect women to be niggas emotionally. It's like, oh, I'm telling her this and shit. It's like she's not. You got to figure out how to speak her language to like kind of get through. And it's the same thing on the other end though. So I feel like to expect the nigga to be empathetic, it's just honestly not that realistic, and it's kind of not that fair.
Damn. I don't
You know what I'm saying?
that. I just feel like we just have to do better on both ends. Maybe that's just how I feel.
Yeah. It's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna marry somebody, like lock it all the way in with them, do you feel like they need to be the best sex partner you ever had by the time y'all get married? So they might not have started as your best sex partner when y'all was boyfriend, girlfriend, but you feel like by the time y'all lock it in and say this the last nigga I'm gonna fuck for the rest of my life, that he needs to be your best sex partner?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't think so. It has to be good. Like I have to want it, desire it, but he ain't got to be the best because I might have had the best, but he wasn't somebody I would marry.
Right.
So if you got a lot of other things that I want and the sex is like top 4, top 3,
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I could deal with that. Like I don't need like it has to be good though. I'm not saying like, oh, I want him to fix this and all of that. No, but I mean, I haven't had too many bad sexual experiences, so maybe I'm lucky in that.
You got like a one size fits all pussy?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't know how you got that from what I said,
I'm saying like,
but
if most niggas was good, you know,
No,
pussies are like puzzles. So it's like if everybody's solving a puzzle,
the niggas
it's
I
like
fuck with
it might just
wisely.
be, you know, you can't choose a nigga that's gonna.
Listen, the guys be in my favor. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, the guys be in your favor. I roll with that because I don't think you could just see a nigga and be like, this nigga's gonna fuck me right. Like,
No, but you could kind of tell. Like I don't know, you could tell.
So why did you fuck them other niggas then? Like you
What
couldn't
you
tell them
mean?
niggas was gonna be weak. Like them other niggas, like the radar was off that day. Like
I
what
haven't
happened?
had no real like, maybe like college type shit, but like I don't know.
Oh, that's the radar wasn't working yet.
No,
You
not
had to get
that.
it
But
up.
you know, I just might have not been really worried about the radar and just doing anything. But
Okay, cool. College is wild.
yeah, like everybody has had some wild college experiences. But other than that, like anybody I was serious with, like it was good.
Okay, it's your turn.
Uh,
Ask me the spicy shit.
I told you I didn't really. I'm
21
not.
questions after dark.
I'm not that very spicy. What's one of the most satisfying sexual experiences that you think back on the most?
I remember I used to hate head. Not hate head, but like that shit was like, I'm cool. Like I'm cool on that shit. Like, cause
Why?
bitches is bad at that shit. Like, and I was like, my homies used to just be talking about getting it. And I was like, I remember my homie told me this girl had great head. So I went and fucked her. And I was like, it was cool.
Now.
Maybe she liked me more than you. That shit wasn't that great to me. It was cool though. But
You thought she liked you more than him because the head wasn't as good.
Maybe she liked him more than me. And I remember when I met my throat goat, and it was like,
change your life.
this shit was so great. Like it was so great. And she like would suck my dick from the side and like make her ass clap. She had a fat ass and she would just make her ass clap while she was giving me head. That she used to, oh my God, that shit was crazy.
Wow.
So I think back on that experience probably the most. But it's other, you know, it's other things as well too. Like funny shit. I think about funny sexual shit a lot.
Like what? Let's
Like I was having a threesome and this girl, like the girl I was with had fell out the bed. But me and the other girl didn't notice.
You didn't notice? I would have left.
We was still fucking. She got mad.
I would have definitely left the room. How did y'all not notice? Like, what position were y'all in that y'all did not notice?
I think I was hitting the bitch from the back, the other girl from the back.
Wow.
And the
So it
other
wasn't
girl
her
shorty
fault
fell
that
out.
she didn't notice, obviously, because she getting it from the back, so she can't see what's going on. It was you.
Yeah. Yeah. The ass is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Right, like, did she fall gracefully?
I don't know. Shit. I wouldn't know.
That's insane. Yeah, I would have been pissed.
Yeah,
I would
that
have
shit
went
was
upside your
pretty funny.
head, damn near. You know me.
That was pretty funny.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Yes.
What's one of the most important things you want to teach your son? You cool back there, Remy?
What's one of the most important things? What?
You want to teach your son about
Ooh,
women?
About women?
Yeah.
I think just emotional intelligence is very big. Like, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I know. That's what I do.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, like emotional intelligence, like,
Do you want to teach them these hoes ain't shit? Or do you want to teach them how to deal with these hoes?
I think how to pick the right person for him. Like, don't just chase after what's in or what's popular. Like, you know, because a lot of, like, it's okay to like what you like or who you like, even if that's not what your homie's doing, or, you know, just, I feel like a lot of people do not choose people they're compatible with.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we have a lot of issues when it comes to dating. Like, we're chasing after things that really don't mean anything to us. So I think that would be one of the biggest things on top of the emotional intelligence.
Okay. Your turn.
Let's see. How long would you wait to have sex again if your significant other died?
So I'm like I deal with trauma like through sex. So I probably had sex like immediately.
Whoa.
Yeah. If it happened today, like hopefully I mature from like
Immediately, like, what do you mean by that?
like immediately
Like, that day?
probably.
No, you would not. Your girl would not die that day, and you would fuck another bitch the same day in the same
I'm
24
single now.
hours.
Like, what do you mean? Low key single though.
Yeah, see, that's, I would hate for anybody that's pursuing
Like
you
we
right
not getting
now.
back together. It's not even a break. Like it's over with.
That is terrible.
Nah, but like I hope I grow out of that. Like that's something I
hope
struggle
you
with
do
though.
too.
Like people know though. Like they know the people gonna watch this. They know already. Right? They watch the podcast. They already know. I'm fucked up in that way. But like
You grieve through sex.
not even grieve. Like just anything.
So where does your grieving point for the woman you just lost? Where is that?
I'm saying I could grieve and still do that though. It's just like but like just I'm dead ass right now. Like I ain't even trying to be funny, but like on some like how some people got their vices like alcohol. Like they'll go get drunk if their girl died. Like they'll go get high. Like escapism. We all practice escapism through different things. And just for me personally, like I've never had a vice for like drinking. Like I've never got drunk because I was sad. Like I've never got high. I don't even get high. Like you know what I'm saying? So
you be fucking bitches ready to cry.
that's like my like
Does it like
addiction,
help
yeah.
you get away from it?
Yeah.
Or does it help you like process through it?
Nah, hell no. I don't it'd be a distraction. It's just like my
Oh,
preferred
okay.
distraction. Like it's escapism. It's bad though. Like it's like even like breakups and shit. Like I done talked about this shit before though. Where it's like breakups, like I don't anything that's traumatic or like anything that's causing me a lot of stress, I don't want to deal with it. The only thing that keep my like getting drunk not gonna make me stop thinking about it. Going out not gonna make me stop thinking about it. The only thing that could get that shit off my mind is having sex.
Oh wow. That's deep.
You know? And then like
It's fucked up.
yeah.
I hope you grow out of that too.
It's a bad thing too, because it's like it comes with so much extra shit. It started when I was a child though.
Right.
It started through
I've heard you talk about that, but
yeah,
the same 24 hours?
probably yeah. Yeah.
Right, like who would you call first?
There's some bitches that'll fuck me today. I'm pretty sure.
Sheesh. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I got this question from Boogie earlier. Shout out to Boogie.
Oh Lord.
Would
Hold
you
on.
rather have a great man with terrible sex or a terrible man with great sex?
Damn. I feel like I've had both already.
Yeah, pick one.
Think
Think about both them niggas and pick one.
probably the one with the terrible sex. I'm not gonna
Damn.
lie. Yeah. It's nothing like a great man. Like
Mm.
that's life changing. I feel like
Damn.
whole everything just is
You just
upgraded.
love it. Like
yeah,
it just
like,
gets you wet for nothing because the sex is
Yeah.
trash.
I mean, I'm like I said, sex is not really that high on my list. Like,
Okay.
but if I had to, a terrible man,
Would you rather go without sex or have terrible sex?
go without.
So you would be with this great man having terrible sex because he want that pussy.
Yeah, I would, because a terrible man will ruin your life.
Mm,
Like, no doubt about it.
I hear that.
And I'm not having my life ruined for some good sex, for some
Mhm.
dick. No, absolutely not. So I'm gonna have to take my great man, and we gonna have to do what we gonna do.
I fuck with that.
Yeah.
We only got a few questions left. You gotta get to that good shit.
Damn, you making me sound like I'm
Who's still
dry.
back there? Is anybody back there still?
Yeah, everybody's back here.
I thought Ramy and somebody else left.
Do you feel like OnlyFans is prostitution?
Pretty much.
How would you feel if your girl was subscribed to a nigga you know OnlyFans?
My ex.
Oh, damn.
My ex.
You wasn't feeling that.
Why would that be a thing?
I mean, niggas be subscribed to OnlyFans.
If my girl was subscribed to any nigga that she know OnlyFans, I'm not fucking with it. And even if I know the nigga, you know this nigga in real life. like if you just subscribe to, you just into porn, you don't know this nigga, never met this nigga, he just a porn star, you subscribe to this shit, that's your business. But you know this nigga, like you be around this nigga, like you could go, you know where this nigga finna be at, and you just watching him, what you masturbating to him, beating his dick, whatever that's wild. Like that shit dead.
That is kind of crazy.
Yeah. What about you in your situation?
For one, I don't know if I feel like OnlyFans is really prostitution.
What is prostitution? Let's break it down. I thought it was selling sex.
But like, is that selling sex? Is porn prostitution?
Yeah, if you're having sex for money.
But are they having sex, or they're having sex with somebody, but they're not having sex with that person?
They still having sex for money.
But I thought
I could pay a prostitute to
prostitution
fuck
was like a
somebody
trade on like, okay, you give me money and I'm gonna give you sex.
You give me money, I have sex. I could pay a prostitute to fuck him. She's still a prostitute.
Okay, but you paid a prostitute because a prostitute is out here fucking for money.
If I
Okay,
pay
I see where you coming from. I see.
anybody to fuck him, they're a prostitute now. Like,
okay, I don't know. I just feel like because OnlyFans isn't like illegal, but prostitution is.
not in every state, not in every place.
Prostitution isn't.
I mean, selling drugs is illegal for some people, and then other people it's not.
No, it's illegal for everybody.
No, it's not. You could go to Walgreens and buy some drugs right now. The same drugs you buy on the street.
Okay, I guess.
Okay, for sale. Sex for sale. And like, look, if we want to debate whether prostitution is bad or not, that's a different debate. We could say prostitution not a bad thing all the time, but we not gonna act like the word don't have a definition. Like it's definitely prostitution.
Okay.
If we want to say it's not that bad, then we can say that's up to everybody else's opinion. But the prostitution is the trade of sex for money, and if you're on OnlyFans, you're a prostitute. I'm sorry. If we was in a relationship, I would be a prostitute with you.
But it says prostitution is the practice or occupation of engaging in sexual activity with someone for payment. You're not fucking that person. They're
with
just
someone, not the person who paying you, just with someone. You're a prostitute. It's okay.
all my OnlyFans girls out there. I support you guys. I don't think you're prostitutes.
I support you too, and you're still prostitutes. Like,
That is absolutely terrible.
and it's okay. It's okay. Now, if you on there like playing with your toes, you on there doing other shit, then
Right, like
not
what if
so
I'm
much.
just
But if you fucking,
what if you're not fucking but you like using dildos and like playing with your pussy and all that shit?
that's that gray area, and I'm not gonna call you a prostitute. Get your
Okay.
money. Prostitutes get your money too, but I'm not gonna call you a prostitute if you playing with dildos and shit, because you ain't really having sex. But
Okay.
If
So
you-
there's statues.
it's a gray area for sure. It's a gray area and everything.
Okay.
Would you rather date a nigga that's too emotional or a nigga that's completely emotionless?
Oh,
That's tough, right?
that is because they're both terrible.
Yeah.
I want to say completely emotionless, even though I know that's not going to last. But for the time being, if I know like,
Him being emotionless not gonna last?
yeah, like I can't deal with somebody that ain't never got no,
I saying a relationship not gonna last.
yeah, the relationship isn't going to last. It's probably not going to be my end all be all, but too emotional, you're a bitch. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it. I'm not even that emotional. So dealing
You're
with a
not,
nigga,
yeah.
but I do cry a lot. That's the crazy part. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't, I
Over
gotta,
niggas?
yeah.
Last time you cried over a nigga?
Like 3 days ago.
You cried over your nigga 3 days ago?
Yes.
What'd he do?
He be hurting my feelings.
Damn.
I was a little drunk too though, so that might have.
Yeah, that probably don't count then.
That might have.
It's probably some unreasonable shit.
What
do you mean you're not gonna come to the middle of nowhere from 79th? Like, what are you talking about?
No, he wasn't picking up the phone.
And you cried?
Yes. Remy was there.
The Dirk said listen to hustling music and go to sleep.
Sometimes you gotta do that too, but sometimes I'ma cry.
Okay.
That's just how I am. But I'm not like emotional. I don't know. There's different layers to my emotions, I guess. But a completely too emotional nigga, like I hate that shit. Like,
sure.
What is you bitching about? I'm like, just shut up. But no emotions at all. I could probably deal with it for the time being, but after so long, it just be like, okay, nigga, like, can I get something up out of you?
For sure. Go ahead.
What number are we on? I got hella questions.
I don't know. It's your turn though.
I don't have that many spicy questions though.
I mean, just ask whatever. It don't gotta be spicy. Just whatever you think is best, because you just never know where the shit might go.
Why do men just send dick pics unsolicited? Like,
because they want some pussy, and they think that.
But most women express, like, it's been expressed a lot of times that women don't really like that.
All right, I'm gonna say this. This is for my young guys out there, because this made me think about something else. That's why I say you can ask any question. All right, sending dick pics unsolicited is sexual harassment.
It is.
Right, for one. And most girls ain't gonna take it there with you. But it is. It's a thing. And, why do dudes do that? A lot of dudes think that they can do something sexual to change their mind about having sex. And that's usually not the case.
Like a lot of change your mind in the worst way.
Yeah, and a lot of women, sex is tied to their emotions. So you're more likely to get a girl to have sex with you if you play on her emotions than try to play on her in a sexual way. Right? So, like, making a girl, like, you might think that, like, oh, kissing her on her neck made her fuck, when it's probably more so like you doing that made her comfortable, because it could turn her off or turn her on, but it's usually an emotional thing that makes her want to have sex. This is why that's important, and I'm gonna take the conversation a little bit somewhere else.
Okay.
For my young niggas out there, right? A lot of young guys don't know what sexual assault is, and we're not taught that, right? So, for example, and this is why I say only fuck with girls you date. I mean, only date girls that you like, and only and if you want to have sex with a girl, let her know before she come to your house. And I'm gonna get back to the reasons why. I'm gonna tie this all together, right? When you're dealing with a girl, you got her at your crib. Now, if you like her, you'll probably have a girl come over. If you like her and she don't want to have sex, you'll probably be cool with it because you like her. So she can spend the night, you will spoon with her, all that, cuddle up with her, all that shit, because you actually like her. Cool. But a girl that you just want to fuck is going to annoy the fuck out you if she don't want to fuck. So you're going to be trying to do everything to get her to fuck, right? And a lot of times as young guys, you might think, oh, if I kiss her on the neck, she might let me fuck. Or if I put her hand on my dick, she might let me fuck. Or if I show her my dick, she might let me fuck. All of that shit is sexual assault, right? All of that shit is sexual assault, because if she doesn't want to do it and you start doing all that type of shit, like, it's unwanted sexual behavior. Your ass could go to jail for that shit. And when you young, girls don't even know that's sexual assault. So it ain't gonna be a thing. But a lot of niggas don't learn that, and then they get in college, and that's when shit starts to go left, because girls know more. Girls are more smart. You dealing with girls from different environments who ain't used to shit like that. And it's even shit like with Trey Songz doing shit like pulling girls' titties out, and niggas is like, what the fuck did he do? Like, why they mad for that shit? He just put the titty out. Like, you act like he raped her or something. Like, no, bro, that's sexual assault. That's a real thing. Another thing about it is that sexual assault, and a lot of times when like these small interactions, it's more about how the woman feels about it than what actually happened. So, for example, like there's a meme that's going around with like this, like, I guess a more attractive guy, like, with his shirt off, whatever case may be. And then it's like this older fat guy. And it's like, it's like a quote that say, oh, baby, you fine as fuck. And for the attractive guy, it's flirting. For the old man, it's harassment. You know what I'm saying? So it's about how she felt about it. Because the same thing happened, but how did you feel about it? So it's like, if you do all of these things to try to get a girl to have sex with you and she fucking with it, then it's cool. If she not fucking with it, sexual assault. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it really comes down to like,
who you dealing with.
You don't really want to play them games. You know what I'm saying? So, right. And that's another reason why I say, like, if you dealing with a chick, you out with a chick, and you want to fuck, you need to tell her that before she come to your house. Like, what I would do is a nigga, if I'm out with a girl I never had sex with, there's another rule of thumb before I even get to that. if you never fucked her sober, don't fuck her drunk. Like, if the first time you had sex with a girl, she should be sober. If she
That's
drunk
rare.
off some,
I feel like that doesn't happen a lot.
it might not. But at the same time, you just don't want to find yourself in that situation.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't. Because if she wake up and feel like she shouldn't have done that, she can't consent to you because she was drunk. So technically, if she go to the law, you going to jail. But what I would do as a guy, or what I do now as a guy, if I'm out, I meet a chick, I'm vibing with her, and I know I just want to fuck, and I'm finna go to the crib and she down, I'm gonna let her know, like, damn, I'm drunk as hell right now, the way I'm kind of feeling, like, I'm then gonna get on that with you. I'm gonna try you if you come to my crib. So if you ain't down for that, then we probably should link up another day. I'll probably see you tomorrow. We go to breakfast or something. But if you feeling how I'm feeling, then you can come over. That's how and I'm gonna just put it out there.
That
Like,
works.
you fucking or not? Because if you get to the crib and I'm drunk and I'm trying to fuck and you ain't going for this, shit could get real awkward.
Right, yeah, you gonna give off a wrong vibe.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? At this age, I'm not even gonna go there. But like, younger Terry was doing dumb shit that I didn't realize I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And I think like young guys gotta like understand that for sure.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good way of going about it.
Yeah. It's my turn.
I don't know.
All right. Have you ever story time? Have you ever felt like you chose the wrong friend?
Ooh. Yeah, I'm sure I have. I can't really think on a specific time when I did. Cause most niggas' friends I think are losers. But I'm sure there's been one time where like it was like, oh, I didn't meet all the friends, and I was like, damn, he gotta find two though. Like, but a lot of niggas' friends I just be thinking are corny and lame anyways. So
You know what's crazy? I never felt like obviously there's been times I meet a girl and she got a fine ass friend, but I don't think too much into that. It just be like, all right, whatever. It's
right,
over
like
with.
once I'm fucking with somebody, it's just like, well,
Nah,
what can you do?
It's been some times where like I would meet a girl and be fucking with her, whatever, and I meet her friend, and her friend hella cool, and over time, I'm just starting to notice more and more over time, like, damn, personality as a person, I should be with this bitch. like why am I like? Why did I meet you first? Like, it don't even be about the looks. It'd be like the deeper shit, the shit that matter. It'd be like, damn, like I feel like a perfect fit for your friend. I damn near want to let you know that.
Damn, I would be so hurt. Like, what?
Like,
You
yeah.
want to fuck my friend? Not my friend.
Like, nah, I want to love her.
Oh my god.
Like, I might low key love her. Like, already. Type
Damn, that's tough.
shit. Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
crazy.
if I ever experienced that. I'm trying to think.
Cause it'd be weird. Cause like you would really be vibing with somebody, not even on no like it's your intention, but like you ever got cool as hell with a nigga through your nigga? Like he got a homie that's just like over cool. Like
No.
That's
I don't think
crazy.
I have.
that shit. Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think I've ever experienced that though. I usually do my pickings well.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Or I don't, But it's never gonna be their friend. It's gonna be a whole nother new nigga. If
For
anything.
sure. It's your turn.
How does your parenting style differ from the way your parents raised you?
I let my son ask questions, like ask why. I don't really want my son to be a nigga who just accept what come his way and don't ask and feel like I feel like you gotta assume good intent in certain environments, but I feel like we don't live in a world to where all adults have good intentions. So I don't want my son to feel like just because you're an adult, you right, and I'm gonna do everything you tell me to do, and and like my parents hate that shit. They like he always asks me why every time. I'm like, okay, just explain it to him and tell him he got to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But definitely answer his question because I want him to be a person. I don't want him to go into work as a man and just be taking orders from motherfuckers and people got him doing a job that ain't his job, and you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, challenge things, and it's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's the biggest thing. What else about my parenting style is different? I'm more like I make my son earn a lot of shit, and he hate that shit. But I don't really get him too much of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's some little shit, and it just be like to put it in his mind, like I got to do something. It could be some small shit. It could be like I'm finna take you to buy shoes today, and I know I'm taking you to get these shoes regardless. But if I forget to make you do something for it, it's like, nigga, you do 20 push-ups. You're not finna just get
20 push-ups.
nothing. Like I make him do something for everything. He hate that shit.
That's a lot. Your parents didn't make you like earn things?
They just made me do a lot of shit for nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's an older generation thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's just things that you just gotta do type shit. And what you said before about like not asking questions, like the authority type thing when it came to like adults, like the older generation. That I went through that a lot as a kid. Like older people used to call me like rude and stuff because like I didn't feel like I just owed older people respect because they were older.
Well, the respect thing, he definitely, I ain't with that shit. You
not disrespectful, but like going out of my way to like appease to adults. Like I've never been that type, and I've been like that since a kid, and I don't feel like my son is just as important at 6 years old as you are as 35. So
I'm with that. Cause I was in a grocery store and somebody bumped into my son and apologized to me. I was like, apologize to him. Fuck is that? He right there. He a whole person. Tell that nigga you sorry. Fuck is wrong with you?
Exactly.
But I was like that instilled confidence in him. Like most of the times when I see people, they be like, oh, that's your son. Look just like, nah, that's my bodyguard. Like just trying to
right,
instill some confidence in him and shit like that. But yeah, and I talk about money with my son a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because my parents used to be like, oh, that's grown folks' business and shit. I remember the first time I saw one of my mama checks, that bitch was $1,400. I thought we was fucking rich. I'm like, what the fuck? She getting this shit at 2 weeks? It's over $1,000. You know, like you want $1,000? I'm like 12 or some shit. I'm like, we rich as fuck. We lit.
Oof.
Ain't understand shit about money. When I was in college and they was like, oh, this major $50,000 a year. I'm like, nigga, I ain't never seen $50,000. I'm thinking that was a lot of bread. I don't know what bills is like. I'm damn near,
in college?
Like, yeah,
I feel like
not when I got to SIU, but like junior college and shit. I'm like,
I feel like that's another rule I would have for my planet. Like,
I got $100 phone. You talking about $50K a year, bitch? We lit. What the fuck is you talking about?
Like, I feel like the school system doesn't do enough to teach us financial literacy like early on. Like, you got to take an elective to learn that shit in college. Like. Beforehand, like when do we learn about taxes and credit cards and shit like that? Like that should be a class in middle school type shit.
It's a reason it's not.
I'm sure it is, but that just brought me back to my planet.
Yeah,
and what I would.
Well, you can't have a top without a bottom though. So even though a lot of the shit that we hate about America is like, it's a catch-22 because a lot of shit we hate, we wouldn't have the luxuries that we have without these things. Like, we hate that, like, we go and, like, pillage Africa for shit. But it's like, you love driving your car and talking on your cell phone, though. And if we wasn't raping Africa for their resources, we wouldn't have none of this shit.
I feel like there's another way.
It's kind of not. It's kind of not. Africa the only planet that's rooted to the earth. They got all the natural resources.
Yeah.
Maybe
it should be like a wealth cap. Like, you can only make so much money. And then
people will be like...
It has to keep us closer together.
It's so many people out here right now who will say, I hate capitalism, but they're an entrepreneur. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how can you hate capitalism and be an entrepreneur? Like, that makes no... Like, I want to be rich, but I hate capitalism. Like, what? Like, how does that happen? So, I mean... America is set up in a fucked up way when we look at it, but, like, we benefit from it, and we want all of that shit, though. We just don't.
Everybody wants it all.
Everybody loves sausage. Nobody want to see how it's made.
That's deep.
It's fucked up out here.
It is.
But that's it. I don't got no more questions. You got any more questions? Well, you asked your 21 already.
Oh, so I can't ask nothing else?
I mean, if you want to throw one more out there, we got to make it quick, though. We got to get the other young lady in here. I would say her name, but I don't know. I don't want to get the people too excited. They might be trying to skip to next week or something.
I think I asked all my good ones.
Niggas in the crib building time machines and shit.
Oh, what's your beef with Taurus women?
That's not a short answer.
Oh,
you know that.
Damn.
You know that. All right, so Taurus women.
I'm a Taurus, by the way.
My first heartbreak was a Taurus.
She got you good.
You're a Taurus. This other chick I was dating, was a Taurus as well.
But what's the beef though? Like, because you clearly like.
I think all the Tauruses that I've experienced as far as dating, like, they were like very Toxic. Like very toxic in the sense of like non-forgiving for one. That was like the biggest thing. Very non-forgiving people, right? You just made it to that already. You said that earlier.
Yep.
Very non-forgiving people for one. For two, they like most women will cut you off. That's my biggest issue with tourists. Like most women will like they not fucking with you no more. They mad about shit. They'll cut you off. A tourist will let you stay in their space and just not fuck with you. It's like I know you want to fuck with me. Like I know you trying to like get back on that with me. I'm not finna block you. I'm not finna stop talking to you. I'm gonna answer the phone for you every day. We could go on dates. We can do all that. But I'm not fucking with you. Like it is crazy. They will fuck you. Like they'll fuck you, suck your dick, everything. But it's like I'm just not fucking with you like that though.
That is pretty toxic.
Like that's some toxic shit though.
Because it's like usually we only do that when you already played in our face. So now it's like we got to play with you the way you play with us.
It's very toxic.
It gets the point across though.
And a lot of times with tourists, they're not understanding.
I feel like
people.
I'm very understanding.
Nah, because like you not, and it's like a lot of times the tourists like they see shit. It's like that. It's part of that being like unforgiving. Is that like however they see it is how it happened. Like if you try to break it down, like, hey, this kind of how that. This is like my side of that shit. Like this part wasn't intentional. Woo, this kind of just had. It could be hella time that went by. They still like, oh, I hear you, but
right. It's like I get how
they,
you feel,
and they mind. They like, nah.
But that's how you feel too. Like if you trying to overly explain some shit to me, it's because you feel that way and you don't want to see how I see it.
No, but it's not that I don't see how you see it. It's like I get why you're mad at me, but I need you to see that it wasn't intentional.
Okay, and that's fine, but I still felt how I felt.
But
So,
I feel like y'all don't be believing it's not intentional. It'd be like
we do, but we just stand on how we feel.
Nah, I don't.
So it's like it don't even really matter what the intention was.
And then even just like with tourists,
see, this is the thing. Like you try to tell us how we feel
because you could come back and ask them about y'all could re-talk about the situation and they'll still describe it the way that they saw it the first time when the shit happened.
That's really.
It's like, wait, we talked about like 5 times that shit didn't happen like that, and it's just like,
no, you felt it didn't happen.
No,
like
I'm talking about the facts of the situation. Like when you go over the facts of the situation, it still be like,
no, you
whatever,
were talking
nigga.
about intention at first, not facts.
All of it.
No, see, this
all
is you doing too much gray
I feel
area.
like when I have a conversation with somebody and I be like, hey, this wasn't my intention, whatever. Even we just talking about intention, right? This wasn't my intention. Woo. Okay, I get that. Woo. And then you talk about it like 5 months later. You be like, yeah, because you was trying to woo woo. It's like, no, nigga, I just told you that's not what I was trying to do. It's like that shit be in one and out the other. They only see it how they see it. So that's tourists is just terrible. Shout out to all the tourists out there. I'm glad it's not tourist season no more. I dealt with like 4 of y'all, and y'all was all pretty much the same. Yeah.
I'm one of a kind.
It's tourist kind.
Not like none of these bitches, but I guess.
You got a lot of unique features.
I think I do too.
But you in that tourist pack for sure. Bullshit. Ain't y'all bulls?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Tell them where to find you.
Instagram, it's me, KAYYYDEE. Twitter, if you're into that type of thing, K Akila, AKILAH. Yeah. Don't follow me on Facebook. That's weird. Other than that, book some makeup appointments, book some lash appointments. I'm open and ready. No, that sounded weird. Yeah.
For sure. Before we wrap up and get out of here, make sure y'all download Black, the app, the new hottest dating app out right now, BLK, the Black app. Download that, man. It's a lot of shit going on with dating. If you're tired of being on these other social media apps, fucking Twitter and fucking Instagram and all of this, and they're, men and women are always debating and arguing about who should pay the bills and this and that, and men not valuing women and women not valuing men. Go on Black. It's a dating app full of people who are looking for somebody because they obviously value, the people that they're looking for. So it's men on there who value women, it's women on there that value men. And it's a great place to find somebody that's on the same type of time that you're on. And you could put little settings in there to let them know, like whether you're looking for a friend with benefits, whether you're looking for something casual, whether you're looking for a long-term relationship, whatever the case may be, So download the Black app. I'm Terry Rosen on all platforms. We out.